So the other day, I was laying down in my cell, thinking, which doesn't happen too often, and as the gears in my head were turning and turning, I thought to myself, damn, Subway footlongs really used to only be $5. What a deal. You guys ever had Jimmy John's? Anyway, I came to the realization that humanity is marching straight down the shitter. I thought to myself, why isn't anybody doing anything about this? So I scoured the vastness of the internet in order to see what the biggest issues were and what exactly was being done to fix them. All I gotta say is that I got 2 words for you. Yikes. Not only is nothing really being done, but people can't even agree on what exactly the biggest issues are. Here are just a few of the issues that I kept seeing during my research. War and military conflict, various social issues, world hunger, poverty, climate change, global health issues such as pandemics, and weapon accessibility. Some pretty minor stuff here, but since people keep talking about these issues, I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody the solutions so we can move on to the more important issues in order to avoid what experts have dubbed the paradigm shift homoerotic insurrection timeline, or PSHIT for short. If we reach this point, we're screwed. It's gonna make 1984 look like this. Alright, so first up, there is no solution for this. Alright, I'll explain. No shortcuts here, I guess. Like a wise Australian assassin once said.
Because at the end of the day, long as there's 2 people left on the planet, someone is going to want someone dead.
Trying to get rid of all war and military conflict is like trying to stop a car going full speed using just your body and the power of love. Sure, it sounds good when you say it out loud, but then you try putting it into practice and you quickly realize how uncomfortable it is inside the wheel gap of a car. So yeah, this one doesn't have a solution, so stop worrying about it. Just focus on stockpiling enough weapons so that you and your loved ones are still left standing when the dust settles. You ever seen this? It's pre-cooked, dehydrated ramen. Even the poorest and most irresponsible college students can afford this. Just airdrop a shit ton of these around the world. There we go. Not hard. This one is a no-brainer. For those struggling to get by with their shithouse jobs, we just print them more money.
Boom.
Not enough for them to go crazy, but enough to help take a good amount of the weight off their shoulders. We can't just print more? Sure we can. That's what this guy did. I mean, do you know how much money the United States has given to Ukraine? More than $75 billion. You want to know how much they've given to Israel? You don't want to know that number. Homelessness is another big issue when it comes to poverty. South Park brought up a really good point. You can't really get rid of them. They're more like a herd. You just have to move them somewhere else. I used to think this was true. However, I've come up with a genius solution. Stay with me on this one. Alright, so what is something that every person that lives in or near a major city complains about? The roads. What else? The homeless. What if I told you we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone? What are concrete and asphalt made of? Made of cement, some other shit, and water. Humans are 70% water. Therefore, we turn the homeless into concrete and asphalt to pave the roads and sidewalks. The streets they used to sleep on, they will now become. You're welcome. You know, this one really upsets me. Why is this even something I keep seeing everywhere? Everybody talks about climate change being a problem. How? That's kinda just how it works. Spring is mild, summer is hot, fall is chilly, and winter is cold. Mild, hot, chilly, cold, and then back to mild, repeating itself. This is how the Earth has operated ever since the end of the Ice Age. If it's cold, wear a coat, and if it's warm, take it off. Not hard. You will never be able to stop people from getting guns. Look at what happened to Shinzo Abe in Japan. Over there, guns are pretty much impossible for most people to get, so this guy just straight up made his own. Rest in peace, Shinzo. People like to bring up mass shootings in America when they talk about gun control and whatnot. You know what I think? Many, not all, but many of these mass shootings can be attributed to one of three things, or a combination of the three: bad parenting, mental illness, or radicalization via federal agency. Parents, lock your shit up and pay attention to your kids. Your precious little Billy isn't 5 anymore. If you see him doing shit like this, maybe you should sit down and have a talk with him. Also, be on the lookout for any glowing vans around your house. Hey, who you calling a paranoid freak? Maybe you should take a look at yourself in the mirror before you go name calling. Everybody's so quick to judge these days. Makes me sick. Well, that pretty much covers all the major problems that we have going on. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you thought it was over, but in case you haven't noticed yet, there's still a significant chunk of this video left. Now, it's time for the real stuff. The issues that really need our attention. All that shit before this is secondary. United Nations, Elon Musk, the Beetleborgs, 50 Cent, and every other major power at play. Hope you're all still taking notes. We've got a human race to save. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Seed oils are mankind's second most deadly weapon. This shit is straight up poison. Go look up how seed oils are made. Actually, better yet, you and I are watching this right now. Grab some popcorn, go ahead. But don't you dare put any of that fake butter on it. You know why. That's right. Seed oils. Now, I'm not blaming you for eating a lot of stuff with seed oils in them. It's kind of hard not to when every fast food chain, school lunch, and product you find in the store seems to be made with this garbage. And the system is set up in such a way that eating healthy tends to cost more than eating like shit. Makes you wonder, right? At least it makes me wonder. Therefore, most of my anger and blame is directed at the companies and institutions using them in their products. However, don't think you're free of all responsibility. Try and eat better as much as you can. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a bastion of perfection for that, but we all gotta, try our best. Here are some alternatives to using your cooking as opposed to the shitty ass seed oils. Try butter, ghee, beef tallow, coconut oil, and olive oil. The real shit, not the fake stuff. Can't you two just get along? Imagine how much better your lives would be if you worked together. Really tackled issues as a team and took care of each other. I'm definitely not saying this because I'm in a prison compound out here. Please just sort out your shit. I refuse to die here. Hollywood is a cesspool and it needs to be taken care of. They're all disconnected from reality and lack any shred of humanity. They're also all pedophiles and should be burned at the stake. Most of the movies that come out these days are shit anyways. Stop worshipping these godless sodomites. I know people really like the MCU. Come on, the comics are probably much better. Wow. Stop. Bugs are disgusting, and no matter how much you try and push it onto me, I ain't gonna eat them. Unless I'm in some sort of survival situation, but that's different, come on. I understand that eating bugs are part of certain cultures, but guess what? Not mine. I'd rather fight the Kraken in real life with nothing than live in a world where my only form of protein is bug burgers and weird shit like that. And for the record, no, I don't eat sea bugs either. Get that shit out of my face. With China ramping up, the rest of the countries in the Pacific need to take appropriate action. Korea already has a military with mandatory service for all males. And while Japan has recently announced huge upgrades to the SDF, there's still a big problem. They're not going to have enough people to fill their ranks and protect their homeland. Please, for the love of everything, just start having sex and having kids. Please just watch this and get inspired. Would you rather have this or this? This or this? Which way, Asian man? Just trust me on this one. If I get a dandelion yellow Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 5, it has a direct impact on preventing us from reaching the pea shit. Please, you have to trust me on this. I'm begging you. I understand that I can't exactly fit a car inside a prison cell, but I can store it somewhere on the outside. Then, I can drive it when my sentence is over. Maybe I should start a charity organization and take 60% of the donations, just like all the other charities do. How about something like Bring Back Crack? Huh. These psyops are getting out of hand. That's all for now. I don't need this video being too long. I know what some of you are thinking. Aren't there a few big things you left out? Really big things? You're right, but I'll save that for another day. If I called out all of the you-know-who types in one video, I'd be dead by tomorrow. Anyway, I hope you take the information in this video to heart. It is absolutely vital that these changes are made in order to steer humanity in the right direction. Steering, just like you would in a car. Let's just pick any car, or any random car. It could be anything. Well, gee, I don't know. How about, say, Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 5? Oh, you think it would be good in yellow? That makes two of us. If for any reason you disagree with anything I've said, feel free to send me your criticism to this address here. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll stop by again next time. Now if you'll excuse me, I got a tunnel to dig.